Welcome students in the session of online lecture classes. Today's topic is median nerve and competency number are AN 11.2 and AN 12.2. Let's going to start about discuss the median nerve. You can see here in this diagram, this is the position of axilla. You can see in this diagram, this is the position of axilla. Okay. Then you know the content of axilla. This is the axillary artery and also content of the axilla are the cords and branches of brachial plexus. You can see here, this is the medial cord of brachial plexus, and see here, this is the lateral cord of brachial plexus. Okay, then the median nerve formed in the axilla by the union of two roots, by the union of medial root and lateral root. This one is the medial root and this one is the lateral root. In the axilla, the median nerve is the union of two roots, medial root and lateral root. Medial root arises from the medial cord of brachial plexus and lateral root arises from the lateral cord of brachial plexus. The medial root arises from the medial cord of brachial plexus, the crossing in front of third part of axillary artery and joined with the lateral root on the lateral side of third part of axillary artery and form the median nerve. This is the median nerve. Okay, the median nerve is formed by the two roots. The lateral root carry the C5, C6, C7 fiber and medial root carry the C8 and T1 fiber. That means the root value of median nerve are C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1. Okay. Then course and relation of median nerve in the axilla and front of arm. You see in this diagram, this is the median nerve. The median nerve lies in the axilla lateral to the third part of axillary artery and runs downwards forward. Leaves the axilla and enters into the front of arm. It leaves the axilla at the level of lower border of teres major muscle. You can see this is the teres. This is the teres major muscle. Okay. Then the median nerve leave the axilla at the lower border of teres major muscle and enters into the upper part of front of arm. In the upper part of front of arm, the median nerve lies lateral to the brachial artery. Lateral to the brachial artery and runs downwards. In the middle of arm, or near the insertion of coracobrachialis muscle, the median nerve crosses in front of brachial artery from lateral to medial side. You can see in this diagram is the crosses of median nerve from lateral to medial side. Then in the lower part of front of arm, the median nerve lies medial to the brachial artery. This is the medial to brachial artery. The medial to brachial artery. This is the medial to brachial artery. Okay, and it's leave the arm and enters into the cubital fossa. You can see in another diagram. This is the brachial artery. This is the median nerve. The median nerve lies. These are the diagram of front of arm. The median nerve lies lateral to the upper part of brachial artery, in the upper part of front of arm. In the middle of the arm, the nerve crossing in front of the artery from lateral to medial side. Then in the lower part of arm, the median nerve lies medial to the brachial artery. That means the upper part of the artery, brachial artery, is laterally related with the median nerve, and the middle part of the artery, the crosses by the median nerve, and lower part of the brachial artery, the medially related with the median nerve. That means the median nerve in the upper part of front of arm lies lateral to the brachial artery. In the middle of the arm lies in front of the brachial artery. In the lower part of front of arm, the median nerve lies medial to the brachial artery. Then its nerve leave the front of arm and enters into the cubital fossa. You see, this is the cubital fossa. See in this diagram, the most medial content of cubital fossa is median nerve. This one is the median nerve. In the cubital fossa, median nerve lies medial to the brachial artery, and this nerve lies tip to the bicipital aponeurosis. Then the median nerve leave the cubital fossa by passing between the two head of pronator teres muscle. This one is the pronator teres muscle. Okay. This median nerve in the axilla and front of arm, it's give no any branches. And next slide. See here in this diagram. So this is the median nerve, and median they are the key position of cubital fossa. And see in this area the median nerve lies medial to the brachial artery. So this one is the brachial artery. Okay, this median nerve runs downwards and leave the axilla by passing between the two head of pronator teres. That means between the superficial and deep head of pronator teres muscle. So this one is the deep head and this one is the superficial head of pronator teres muscle. Then in the cubital fossa, median nerve gives some muscular branches and also articular branches to the supply the joints of the superior radioulnar joint and elbow joint, and muscular branches gives to the muscle of front of forearm. The muscular branches are nerve to pronator teres and nerve to flexor carpi radialis. These are the flexor carpi radialis muscle, and nerve to palmaris longus and nerve to flexor digitorum superficialis. These all muscles, all muscular branches are arises in the cubital fossa from the median nerve. That means the median nerve in the cubital fossa, there are the some muscular branches arises from the median nerve. The muscular branches are nerve to pronator teres, nerve to flexor carpi radialis, and nerve to palmaris longus, and nerve to flexor digitorum superficialis. Then after giving the branch, the median nerve runs downwards and passing between these two head of the between the superficial and deep head of the pronator teres muscle. Before passing the median nerve, it's give one important branch. This is known as anterior interosseous nerve. Okay, then you can these are the median nerve. Then see next slide. You can see in this diagram this one is the median nerve. The median nerve runs downwards and leaves the cubital fossa by passing between the superficial and deep head of the pronator teres muscle, runs downwards and enters into the upper part of front of forearm. In the front of forearm, the median nerve lies between the two muscles, between the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle. This one is the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle and flexor digitorum profundus muscle. Then this nerve runs downwards near the lower part of front of forearm or 5 centimeter proximal to the flexor retinaculum. The median nerve becomes superficial. The median nerve emerges near the lateral border of flexor digitorum superficialis muscle. You can see this diagram. So they are the, you can see here, they are the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle. You can see this one is the lateral border of flexor digitorum superficialis. You can see here the median nerve comes out near the lateral border of flexor digitorum superficialis muscle. You can see here this is the median nerve. Okay, then this is the flexor digitorum superficialis margin of flexor. Then this one is the lateral border of flexor digitorum superficialis muscle. You can see in this diagram the median nerve is become superficial near the lateral border of flexor digitorum superficialis. This is the median nerve. And median nerve lies in the lower part of front of forearm. The median nerve lies between the two tendon, between the tendon of flexor digitorum superficialis and flexor carpi radialis tendon. You can see here the flexor digitorum superficialis tendon lies medial to the median nerve and flexor carpi ulnaris tendon lies lateral to the median nerve. Near the wrist joint, the median nerve lies deep to the palmaris longus tendon. They are the palmaris longus tendon. See here, the palmaris longus tendon, and it's leave the front of forearm and enters into the palm by passing deep to the flexor retinaculum. This one is the flexor retinaculum. In the front of arm, the median nerve, it's give one important branch. This is the anterior interosseous nerve. The anterior interosseous nerve, you can see here, the anterior interosseous nerve is the anterior interosseous nerve. The anterior interosseous nerve runs over the interosseous membrane, and the anterior interosseous nerve lies between the two muscles, between the flexor digitorum profundus muscle and flexor pollicis longus muscle, runs downwards and near the middle of upper border of pronator quadratus muscle. You can see here the middle of the upper border of pronator quadratus muscles, so dip to this muscle and runs downward and supply this muscle and also supply the inferior radio-ulnar joints. The anterior interosseous nerve supply the all deep muscle except medial half of flexor digitorum profundus muscle. You can see here, this one is the flexor digitorum profundus muscle, and this one is the flexor pollicis longus muscle, and this muscle is known as pronator quadratus muscle. The anterior interosseous nerve supply the deep muscles of front of forearm. It supply the flexor pollicis longus muscle and also supply the pronator quadratus muscle and also supply the lateral half of flexor digitorum profundus muscle. That means the all muscles of front of arm are supplied by median nerve. Okay. The all superficial muscles of front of arm are supplied by the direct branches from the median nerve except flexor carpi ulnaris. The flexor carpi ulnaris are supplied by ulnar nerve. And all deep muscles, the deep muscles are laterally placed muscle is known as flexor pollicis longus, and medially placed muscle is known as flexor digitorum profundus, and distally placed muscle is known as pronator quadratus. So these all muscles, all deep muscles of front of forearm are supplied by anterior interosseous branch of median nerve except medial half of flexor digitorum profundus muscle. That means all muscles of front of forearm are supplied by median nerve except 1.5 muscle. Means the flexor carpi ulnaris and medial half of flexor digitorum profundus. These 1.5 muscles are supplied by ulnar nerve. Okay, then near the lower part of front of forearm, just 5 centimeter above the flexor retinaculum, the median nerve give a cutaneous branch. This is known as palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. You can see here palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. This one is the palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. Okay. You can see in this diagram, this is the section of at the level of wrist joint. You can see they are the flexor retinaculum and they are the carpal bones. They are the carpal bones. You can see this one is the median nerve. The median nerve lies deep to the flexor retinaculum. The space, you can see here, the space between the flexor retinaculum and between the carpal bone, they are the osseofibrous space. This space is known as carpal tunnel. The median nerve leave the front of forearm by passing deep to the flexor retinaculum or by passing through the carpal tunnel and enters into the palm. In the palm, you can see here, this is the median nerve. This one is the median nerve. This is the median nerve in the palm. The median nerve. After entering the palm, the median nerve divided into two branches, two divisions, lateral division and medial division. You can see here in this diagram, this one is the lateral division and this one is the median division of median nerve. From the lateral division, one muscular branch arises. This is known as recurrent branch. You can see here, this one is the recurrent branch of median nerve. The recurrent branch of the median nerve arises from the lateral division of median nerve in the palm, runs backwards, become a curved shape, runs backwards towards the distal margin of flexor retinaculum. Towards the distal margin of flexor retinaculum. This one is the distal margin of flexor retinaculum. And supply the thinner muscle. So it gives the branch to the abductor pollicis brevis muscle and flexor pollicis brevis muscles, and after supplying these two muscles, this nerve runs deeply and supply the opponent's pollicis muscle. They are the muscular branches arises from the lateral division of median nerve. Then from the lateral division of median nerve, three proper palmar digital branches arises. You can see here, they are the first proper palmar digital branch. They are the second proper digital branch. This one is the third proper digital branch. This digital branch, the first proper digital branch, supply the lateral side of thumb, and second one distal branch supply the medial side of the thumb, and third one supply the lateral side of index finger. This all three proper digital branch arises from the lateral division of median nerve. That means till all three proper digital branch arises from the lateral division of median nerve. Then you can see here this diagram, from the third proper digital branches, one muscular branch arises. This is the muscular branch to the first lumbrical muscle. Then medial division of median nerve, it's give two common digital branches. This one is the first common digital branches. This one is the second common digital branches. And then each common digital branch are divided into two proper digital branch. Then this proper digital branch supply the medial side of the index finger, and second one is the supply the lateral side of middle finger. Again, the second common digital branch divided into two proper digital branch. So is the two, and these two proper digital branch are supply the one are supply the one is supply the medial side of middle finger, and another is supply the lateral side of ring finger. That means you see here, first thumb and index and middle and lateral half of ring finger. That means 3.5 digit are supplied by median. Now you can see in this diagram, you can see here, they are the 3.5 digit are supplied by median nerve. And the palmar cutaneous branch, this branch arises in the lower part of front of forearm, and this nerve crossing over the runs over the flexor retinaculum and supply the center part of the palm. You can see in this graph, supply the center part of the palm. Then this is the branches of median nerve in the palm. Thank you. In next slide, I will discuss about the applied anatomy of median nerve.